everybody. Random stream started little late. I mean, hey, what can you do about it? I'm a little bit late. Just a little. But we'll go till 12. Couple hours. We'll go for a couple hours. Yes, okay, so that's all working. Happy to see that everything's working fine. Okay. So now today, what we will be working on is, I think, adding, how do you call it? Rooms, I guess? Bigger rooms to it. Because I yesterday added 3D. So now we can, how do you call it? Like, I'll show you. Quickly run this. Okay, so if we for that, anyone? Oh no, on your I have an error. I did something wrong. And now see that. I forgot that. Yeah, I have this error currently. Also in the worlds. Let's see. So that is. Where is it erroring on? That's then the question, right? At 3 9 3 6 7 3 6 7. And check cell. Check cell this time. Okay, that doesn't get me anywhere. Maybe so. Generating map, generating done. So it is at the first tile, I guess, because I have generation done. Ah, no, it's here. Okay. It's when we try to choose the end bit that it gets stuck. So we check if the down end plus down is 0. Let me get my spreadsheets for my IDs. With that, it should be a wall, yeah, and then I check if it's just an open area. And the position, but that needs to be end. Otherwise it won't work. Get back to this screen. It's like that. I'd rather have it 3 first, but okay. Yes, like that. Like these don't not really need space. a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay. Okay. Then we press run again. And now we just hope, right? We hope. But okay, so this looks very much decent. I think the battles have and the generators and the wall stuff. Battles. What do you have as? No, you have a spread. An 8. It's because things are, it's especially like, sometimes they're offset like quite a decent amount. Sometimes they're just not. And I'm confused when they're just not. But I guess now the ending. I can't see the ending anywhere. Ah, there it is. Okay. Key. Okay. Now, so that's all working, but you see how I now have 3D? Goes up and down. What I'm happy about. I'm very happy about it. So now next up would be to make bigger rooms. So for example, if I now generate like 20 by 5 by 20. Let me. So 20 by 5 by 20. In this kind of environment, and if I generate that. Okay, nice. Again, these begin already to be pretty big, as you can see. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! That's not good. I just found a mistake that I made. So I changed the generation a little bit up. Now that it will check if the checking of where the floor tiles are placed and things like that is a little bit different now. As in that, if I go back, I now have these generators basically. So I can say, for example, the graded floor, it's included tiles, because if this is on, it becomes included tiles instead of excluded tiles, is spot 2 and 3, which is open, coin, or no wall. But if it's 16, Or if it's a door, so 10 till 15, they also need to be able to spawn. So at about so 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. So that it can also be spawned upon. So it can now also spawn those great floor tiles in those areas. But they only spawn it, and this is the fun thing, when the tile down is 17. Only then it spawns it, and then what I have on the normal floor is that I have it excluded. So the system is really nice in that way. That you can set up your exclusions and inclusions just in that sense. Now I do want to add the bigger room code to the generator, as that is part of the generator and not something else. Also, this won't be as long of a stream, I think, because I'm already pretty tired. I think I might only do for an hour. Just fine. Just fine. Very much fine. Now we have a width and a height. So if we generate this random section, then I want to check if it's less than. Let's bring this to like 50%, and then here to between that 50%, we choose if we want a big or a small room. So we can say if so of those 50, 30, 80% actually. So I actually want to make this. So 60% of those 50, so 30% in total. Add random size. And then we have position and offsets. Plus. Now this is normally pretty much the same as the robot. Except it doesn't generate a key and stuff like that. Also, I need my if statements, which is going to be like I'm first gonna check a bool. So the height, I can say a random range between so much and so much. So we have the height, which I think it might confuse with. Do we have? Yeah, we have a height on here too. So I'm just gonna say the height room gonna be equal to random dot range between 0 and height -1. The reason I'm doing -1 here is because we have a floor tile on the ground, as in a how do you call it? And also the minimum is not 0. The minimum is 3. Make it always 3 high. With 1 being above or 1 above the starting zone. Also, I want to change it up so that the generator starts always instead of 1 here. It's height -1. As I want this to spawn up there first. This is its Y height -2. No, this is -1 still. It's over here that we have like the zeros. This needs to be height -2. Now the minimum height is 2 of any of this area. So that should all be fine. Because 2 minus 2 is 0. And then we go to generate random room net. Okay. Now for the length of the room, I can generate a random between 3 and let's say 10, right? I'm actually gonna make it so that there's a really fair chance that it spawns like one of these random rooms. But I know it most of the time won't be able to, just because of the restrictions from how big everything can be and stuff like that. Now the bool check if let's see, less than. So we want that area that is basically clear without anything on it. So we want an X. And that it will be with the width of the room. X and then or Y and or C. Y is definitely our height and Z is our length. Now this XYZ can be in a number of directions. So to get the actual correct directions, we need to basically transform our position to the offset position. An offset position is a vector 3int. Which is a direction vector. Yes. So I can't just multiply it together because it's a direction vector, so it will probably point north, east, or west. Now I can use it for my length incrementer, I think. And if I use the rotated version, vector 3 int dot equals offset position. Actually, no. 3 int, and what I mean by the rotated one is if you offset dot z 0 and offset dot x, and you basically rotate the vector 90 degrees over, or you mirror it over your xz axis. So, which is a really easy way to flip it around, because now I can say, for example, that our position or 3 cell bus is equal to our position plus x times or rotated plus y times vector 3 int dot up, and or it's from the position, okay, so down, and then we also add our z times our normal offset position, which means that we move with the z in the direction of the offset and with the x parallel to that. So that's now our cell position. Now if this cell position, right, if the check is empty, cell position, if we have that the cell is empty, that means that it's equal to 0. That's a good thing. So we want to say not that. If we say not that, then we set check true, and we say break. That should go, I think, out of all of them. I am not sure anymore. I forgot. Oops. Yeah. Breaks is placed in the outer loop. All of the looping stops. A break statement only stops the loop it is placed in. Therefore, a break is placed in the inner loop. The outer loop still continues. However, if the break is placed in outer loop, all of the looping stops. Yeah. We'll still try to continue. No. I mean, if we have this case, right, We can just say return. Because we know we can't spam it. So like there's no point into so we basically can say, yeah, okay, just add walls. Add wall. Or add the other one that we have. Add this one. Because there's no point in generating anything. As we already have it. Add wall. Yes, add wall. I cannot type today. That is okay. Offsets. Position. So we add a wall. So, gonna take a drink. Guys, stay hydrated. So this should be the check of an arbitrary sized room. And now what we can do is, if we're over here, that means that we did not create a wall. So that means that we have a room to walk in. Now I can just empty it out. I think it will just put it on open. So I can use the same loop again. It's going to be the same loop. And then we can say add cell to boss, add or cell boss, and I want it to be a 1. That's open terrain. So that will make sure that we're always going good. Yes. Okay, so this should now randomly generate rooms. Okay, what is the minimum size of the room? Oh yeah, you need to make the height 3, otherwise it won't generate any. And yeah, it's a 3 by 3 by 3. That's the minimum, basically. So we're gonna go here. And wait a second. Yes, thank you. Thank you. So now I need to say like, hey, the racer system. Yeah, let's say that we have a 20 by 5 by 20 area work with, and then I say okay, run it. Oh yeah, 20 by 5 by 30. That doesn't really matter. I don't really want to go big on the height because like there's already gonna be a lot of space to walk around in, and if we add a lot of height, like an actual, like also 30 height, it is gonna feel strange in my opinion. Okay. What is happening? Just locked because it's trying to generate something? What did it? I don't know. It ran out. Okay, and it ran out in. I think I know what it is. I think I know what it is. So when we're generating this one, we go check here. This needs to be height -1. As we're now working on the top of the world. Always. Also for so that's the end. The beginning is already set in stone. That's all fine. So those two should work fine. Now let's run this. Click. Okay, so that's generating quite fine. We have a big room? Could be without, we just don't. Wait a second, wait a second, wait a second. I think we can't currently. Cause oh, okay, that's unique. I never had that happen to me. Okay, the waterways must be taking a wrong thing then. Like width. Ah, it's length. On that side, it's length. Width, length. No, this is actually this is width. Is it this one? It. Okay. Now let's just hope. Let's start hoping. Hope that everything's okay. That everything is okay. Let's run this. Key. Generate. Like this first is because of the light, it's not finding it. Why is a 416? Now it's generating map, and then it's already doing the crashy crash. Generating map. So it's doing the crashy crash already in this area. That's a little bit more annoying. So I don't really have an way to like. I have a way to split it up though. So it could start doing the delayed event stuff. Like for this while loop, I'm thinking about it. Extracting methods. It's okay. Public. It's okay, and now the waterways, I guess, need to be global. As apparently, I need them in the other function, so make them global. That they're not initialized, that's fine. Just need to make them global. Boom, boom. So now waterways is here, and instead of instantiating it here like this, just use the global ones. And now we start like generating the grid. Now, what I can do is I think what I can do is, because it's the while loop is basically this, right? So we can make this into an if not equal to null. Else we start we continue the generation. So we take a random position, do it again, remove ball from this, and then gener, send custom event, delete frames. It's gonna be the same function in one frame. So yeah, we can now start doing that. Then we continue generation, and then the generate grid starts. That's okay. So that should work. Like it's always should. It is always should. You never know if it will work. Yes or no? First time. There's always can be a little bug that introduced itself. Always. My logic is never faulty, but the way that I wrote my logic can be faulty. Definitely. Okay. Or it's generating the map, or it's already done with that. Now to make sure that I know that it's still running or not still running. What I'm gonna do is length positions. This length positions. Yeah, okay, that's it. Starts at 0. Because I don't see it being set anywhere, and I think it starts at 0. Ah, no, add walls to. Yeah, that will add. So they should definitely be called like every time we want to generate a new room slash corridor slash little room. VRC can sometimes take a while to launch. Okay, so it did that once. Then it said, yeah, no. Um, yeah, I'm gonna need to, I think, mark this as a, oh, public. It's public. I think that's what does it, because I don't think you can call private functions. I don't think you can. Hold on, sharp. Key. Let's run this. I just want to see rooms. If I see rooms, then I'm fine. It's what I wanted to do. I just want to see rooms that are not decorated in any way, shape, or form. That they totally inhibit, like, no generation of them. I just want to see a room being generated. That's all that I want. Key. That's... Okay. I think I wanted to generate one of these. Where is he? I see. This check is not really needed, as we just return anyways. Can you simplify? Oh, this is the question, right? Yeah, no. It doesn't know it, so we're not gonna do that. Writing those shorthands is not really a good idea, anyways. Because you do lose lose some knowledge of the type, kind of, you kind of don't, kind of do. Depends on it, but hey, now what is wrong? Is it the return statement? Where do we have a get room? Length plus width room Ninth room, bedroom. White room. So it's a room by X by X by Y. Hey, that's great. Yeah, I do remember you. How are you doing, my man? Let's see. So now we should debug.log when we're generating one. Can at least see if it's generating one, that it is specific size. We're actually also gonna add debug over here, saying that Jack says mine is not in for a while. So I already got the 2 first COVID shots, but the third one, like the booster shot, I haven't had yet because I don't think they in our country they don't have them yet, like publicly available. I guess. I mean, I think I can't take one, like, and go and take one myself. I do think, but they do not give the third one out yet from government wise. So yeah, I'm waiting on that to happen. And for you, is it your first, second, or third? Or fourth even? Depends on how early you got it. Oh, you are? First. Oh, you're first. Ah, okay. I mean, good to see that more people take them. More people being immune is a good thing. So we definitely do have like a... So generating red room. So we tried to generate multiple rooms. And just went on with its business. Now, if we get to the ads, as in do we get over here? It's a good question. So I want this here. Now, okay, my language is wrong. It's waterways. Yeah, I mean it is. It is pretty fun. I find it a lot of fun. We're generating rooms currently in the maze that we currently have, so that we can have a dungeon. Because a dungeon, I find, is incomplete without big open spaces. We also have this dead guy now. He will spawn randomly in the world, so he's quite fun. I already had one map where, so I have this box over here, and the box was exactly on top of him. So the only thing you could see was the 2 feet sticking out of the bottom of the box. Which I found funny. Okay, so it's definitely still generating 434. What is there? 3, 4. 4, 3, 4. That is check. Okay, it's check cell this type again. Um. Now, so generating grid cell, generating grid cell. So we have been generating grid cells though. Bu- 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 bum. So we're still at the stage of generating grid cells. We're not at the stage yet. I'm actually gonna add our length position here, so I know how many are left within the list. I mean, we could also just quickly do where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Uh, I love how I don't understand half of what is going on. That's not what it's. It's good to hear, my man. Good to hear. I mean, it's not for everybody, right? Like, programming is not for everybody. Some people understand it very well, and some people just don't. But I'm gonna comment out this part so that it just can generate the rooms. Instead, so that we can see if it's the rooms doing it or if it's something else doing it. If it's like the iteration, like making it basically with coroutines. It's kind of coroutine-y, kind of not. Coroutines meaning that it's asynchronous, so it can run over time instead of in one frame, which is a little bit different. We do have the little skeleton guy. I like him. I press that button. Okay, so, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 4, 5, 8, 10, 13, 11. So it still went out of. I guess it is. They call it the same function again. Like in generate coroutine worked. So I guess calling itself it doesn't like. Void. Then let's just do something simple, right? And now I can call this function, which we'll call this function instead. Now what I could do is just make the function actually useful is just do this. Because that would make that function actually useful. Actually, like segregate it. Now we can just say generate grid. Okay. Bum, bum, bum. And then we can back to Unity. Maybe I liked this more. It could be. Because the calling itself with the thingy, it might not like that, and it might see that as the VM like getting stopped for a second, so for more than 10 seconds. So that's not a good idea. Rest of the generation should work fine, but just that part shouldn't. 435, 435. Doesn't help. Key. Clear. Can run it. Yeah, it suddenly gets stuck. What do you get stuck? What? That's within that, so that's annoying. It gets stuck there. I mean, it's definitely generating it. That's not a problem here. Um. Now, if I make this back to 1%, is it because of the room stuff? I mean, I could go and check, like, hey, how far can I generate? I could do that. Then, based on that, do something. So yeah, that did it. So now we have the actual generation happening. So it must be something with the rooms spawning so frequently that it needs to do a lot more checks than it used to, I think. I'm guessing. have actually a skeleton guy? Yes, we do have a skeleton guy right here. I think there's like 5% chance that it spawns in the thing, so we might even have multiple, because for each wall tile, there's like wall tile that has a ground floor, there's a chance that it spawns. Or even like here on this, he spawned. So yeah, that works really well in my opinion. Like the dungeon is also pretty decent. Only now we have the add room. If we do it back to 5, right? So add room, there's something wrong with add room then. I mean, do have the wild check for the. Oh my! I forgot about that high check. So it was not finding the keys. That's what was happening. So when it tried to spawn the room, it was not finding a spot for the key because of the high check. Oh, that's stupid. That is stupid. That's a stupid mistake on my part. So the rooms might just work, just me being stupid. I should globalize that variable. That I only need to change it once and it's updated everywhere. That I do not run into these issues. That would be amazing. Once I have the rooms, I'm gonna be happy for tonight. So then I'm gonna stop streaming too. Wanted to get a little stream in. Get the rooms done on stream. Get him. Yeah. Hey. Come on, Unity. Come on, Unity. I know you can do it. I know you can do it. Yes. Did it? Did it? Oh. No, that's that. I don't think it got one. I don't think it generated an open area. But it did generate the rooms nicely. I mean, technically, it is pretty rare though, like above 80, then it spawns a room. It spawns a random size room. For the random size room to spawn, like that's a 5, an 8 by 5 and 3 height. Pretty hard to generate these. Let's say we're just gonna be generating 3 by 3s because I think 3 by 3s is actually something that it can generate. But height -1 is currently 2. So it will never be able to do this. Oh no, I'm running at a 5, so it should be fine. This should actually work. Because 5 will give 4 and 4 in that function. I think I just kept it in height actually. Because it's excluding the last element anyways. I think I can just put in height. Now will already will give me an extra. Did I generate No, it did not. I don't generating, not just waterways. Generating grid room. It's trying a lot, so like, but it's not never reaching here. So check if cell is empty. Cell position. Oh, because 3x3s it should be able to generate quite easily. To be honest. 5, which is positive, so that turns into a negative. There's the position. Position is high up in the sky. As that's where we're starting to generate, so it should go down. Block. Like 0, 1, 2. And it's cube egg, so that should also be fine. If cell is empty, like here we just don't have. Yeah, right. Like you should be able to generate those quite easily even. Now I just will have these random size room. It's actually gonna be also one. Because now I know for sure that it's bigger than 1, which can't happen. Bigger than 1, so it always will try to generate a room of 3x3. Otherwise, just there's a wall. So like I might just have something wrong with my offsets. Oh my goodness, yes, this is negative. Because it's a wall back. And then the rotation, I guess I can make this also negative to get the, I mean, on the rotation it shouldn't really matter, but I'm still gonna do it. Also, I just remembered something about that. I'm gonna need to minus half round it down. On that, because otherwise we're not gonna get a good one out of it. Notice that. I noticed that. I think I'm gonna leave. I don't understand. I understand so. It's fine. Generate. Huh? Oh. Where? Set position. Because this starts, I actually want to start this as room by 2, but mod if dot floor to int. Because so this be floor, and this be seal to int. And we make this one negative. So then it can go from -1, for example, because if it's like 3 divided by 2 is 1.5. Flooring will give us -1 to 2, which should be totally correct. That's 3 elements. -1, 0, 1. So that will give us both sides basically. So it will center it on the x-axis or on whatever our rotation axis is, which should be the direction of the offset. Anyways, should be in correct direction. Anyways. Also, if I check it like that, I need to generate it like that too. Right. So if anybody has some questions about VR chat, that kind of stuff, feel free to ask. So let's see. That's 3, 4. So 0 x y z x 3. So that's this cell basically. I mean that might have been blocked, and that's also at the side of the thingy. As 0 5. Okay, 10 0 1 3 4 5 6 7 9 10. But it's this one. It could have generated a cell like right here. I don't understand why it wouldn't be able to. Because you can see how the generation goes a little bit. Keep that error appear. Okay. Now, if I get a cell, for example, 14, so 0, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So it's like or this one or this one. This one here is y is 4, 5 divided by is 22. Wait, that's in that direction. Like instead of actually generating a wall, actually won't this time around. So now we should just not have any walls generated. Now we just will do the 4 and then just stop. So now I should be able to see why it's failing. It's just gonna generate one cell and that's it. I can follow through the calculations with the values that I have. Meaning that I might be able to understand why it goes wrong. Okay. The water is still generates for sure. Okay, so it was over here. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. So we have one empty direction. So the direction of x negative is this one that I need. Because that would be this cell. Check that, if that's that cell. So 60 means 60 divided by 5 is 60 divided by 5 divided by 2 or divided by 10 times 2 is 12. 12, so that would be 13. So yeah, that is this cell. And yeah, that's 12. That's this cell. X minus 1 is that one. So now we can go see. So this one would then be x would be 0. Yeah, x would be 0. And the z would be x. Z is positive in that direction. So it would be in this direction. So our first direction is in that way. Second is in that way. And those are all empty. Like this is clear. There's nothing here. So it should just be fine. So we have the position of that plus the x times the rotation. So this would mean and our position is actually offset already, and minus offset so that it becomes the other way around. So what I'm just gonna quickly do is just gonna remove this, because I find that the rest should be fine. Now it should be able to generate loops. 4 of them, or at least 3. Why didn't it generate the start in there? Guess because it generates it at the end. Guess it does. Yes, it does. Okay. Now x y. So it's this one now. Okay, Okay, so it's this one. X. Why is Z -1? That's what, yeah, Z. Oh yeah, 0, 1, 2. Yeah, yeah, okay, okay. So it's this cell. 0, 2, 5. Yeah, so it's this cell. Which one is breaking us? I see. Is it like the first element? Which element is it? Because if it's empty, I've been stupid. I've officially been stupid. Already had the check cell is empty. Already does the no check or the not check. Okay. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, nice, 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 nice. That's good to see. Because it was able to generate one here, and it's funny because it generated multiple layers. They all are populated actually. That's nice to see. That's nice to see. It actually generated over the waterways, which is interesting. It shouldn't, but hey, it does. But that's fine, because now we can add it being to 10 again. We can remove this. I'm all fine with. And now I want to change the actual gen back up to what it was, so that open 2 and open 2 and here's 5. It's 8, right? It's bigger than open 8. That there's a big chance that we generate the room. And when we're generating, so do definitely want elves back. So now there's still a decent chance that there's a normal room. But there's also a decent chance that there's a big room. If it can't spawn. Which is only at the early stages of generation. I mean, or at the later ones, depending on what role we have. Oh wow. Yeah, I was able to generate like pretty big rooms actually. Look at that. A lot of them. Now what I do want to do is make it so that what I want to be a little bit less. Or let's go with 3. And then also on this a 50-50. Because at the moment they're too prominent. Also what can help with that too prominent is also what I wanted to do was when we have these rooms, height -1, take the height, then I can actually oh no, I did not want to do that. At the moment it's generating 4, which is the value that I actually want. 5 is the height, 4 range is... Oh, but it's already exclusive. Come on. Goes from 0 to 4, right? But you have 4 elements, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 elements. So the lower point is still 0. It can still be water or any other liquid. That's what I want. Now on bigger maps, we should have rooms that are sizable. And I think I need to use for the height the Y position of the tile. That it always generates downwards. Because I'm not thinking that we will have different levels. Look at that. I think it generated like this way, and then like that. It's just annoying that it didn't generate over the other here. Like there's a lot of lost space. That's massive. Is this a 10 by 10? That's an 8 by 8. Yeah, the depth line continues. But I mean, I can now generate these kind of room areas. Which is really cool. And like they have random heights and stuff like that. Now what I want to do is make them so that they're... Yeah, right? Fancy. Now I want to basically hollow them out and then have custom pathing in there, or have like the maze generation be able to continue following the walls inside of them. That would be cool. Because then you can like run along the sides, and then that once you have such a room, that they're also able to go down and up. so that the rest of this space gets filled by maze, basically. Which will make this complex suddenly a whole lot bigger. Now I think I can already do this quite easily. Also, we're not checking white currently, which is not what I wanted. Now we're also checking Y. Okay. Now if Y is not equal to height of room -1, then we're generating those. So I think I want a 16 at that point, and otherwise a 1. These are my internal IDs that I use. I have a list I can show you. Got a little list over here that has the IDs for my own brain. As I could write constants for them, but it's just stupid. And I think I even would need to write macros for them. I think. Because of reasons. Now let's see if this works. This should now generate no topper bot, which means that in no topper bot, they should have a topper bot, except for the bottom. If we generate rooms, at least. We haven't. I guess I was unlucky here. Yes, I was unlucky. I was very unlucky. I do definitely like the generation now, though. Like, even already this generation, I already am like, yeah. Also, I'm happy with like the decal, the little stuff that we now have on the floors. Actually, placement is pretty nice. Skeletons! Oh my god, this so sad. But yeah, no, let's generate another one. Ah, goddammit. Okay, so these at least they're empty. Yeah, a lot of progress was made. Like, I mean, yesterday I did changed it up so we can actually generate in 3D in 3 dimensions instead of 2 dimensions, which helped a lot with being able to do it. And also something I did was change it up so that I can generate with these generators. So I don't need to, for each little decal, or like for example, have something that is on the wall or on the floor that is just at random. I can just do it with this instead of adding it via code. So for example, now I want to actually take a look at the floor, because as the normal floor is now also one of these, because they're all decals basically. It's an always spawning decal. I can now take a look at this and say, for example, the floor, you have these excluded tiles, so the floor does not spawn on a 17 tile. Now I can add the 16 tile to that. If I add the 16 tile to that, normally if I now regenerate it, so now a floor cannot spawn on the 16 tile, which means that these get emptied out, as you can see. Huh? Okay, that is super unlucky. That is super unlucky. Just the first entry that you get is instantly like a room, which, and then the room doesn't have exits. So yeah. Let me fix up the floor one. So we don't want floors if they're inside of 16 tiles. And we also do not want roofs if within 16 tiles. And those also 16s. Though we do want a roof above, because the 16 tiles can also be generated for the water on the top floor. I might need to put in an extra check to see like if that I have back, down, and up. Which I probably gonna check. Can add that. It's a lot more internal checking that it needs to do, and it does add a little bit more processing time. But on the amount of processing that it needs to do, like, people can wait a little bit and talk to other people. So like, and also I will make it so that you can actually see the generation happen at real time with like an outer camera that can actually see in. That has like night vision enabled, and they can actually see it generate, because it's nice to look at the generation itself. And that will decrease the waiting time for people. So for example, if it needs to generate for 2 minutes or like for 5 minutes, if you can see it happen, a lot of people will look at that. No rooms? Oh no, there's one. Look at that! Only the roofs are still... Look at that though! So the only thing is that I now need to do is remove the roofs here. So if a roof, for that I need the above thing. So I'll actually quickly add that. Not much code, it's just duplication what I already have. Script, and there's the generate decal. Need to add another one of these. Down, which is up, and up. Instead of down here, we put up. Then I need a new list with all of these, which will be up and up. Oh. So now I should be able to go back to the other side, and because I think that I guess the chains is also one that you always want on the top on the roof itself. So now I can say, for example, the roof, it needs to have a included tile up 1. And otherwise we just do not generate roof tiles at all. I don't need to do these checks, back tiles that I also don't need to do. Just need to say, okay, there needs to be a wall tile up, because then we need to generate the roof. Don't think we else need to generate a roof tile. Now I can also, for the walls on the chain, I have the included tiles of that it can generate in these. And then the included tiles up needs to be just 0, because they need to be generating on the roof. All the rest just don't care about it, so if you just leave it empty, then it does check it, but it doesn't care about it. But the check is over quickly, actually. I think it has an early exit for those. Yeah, if length is the affordable skip, early exit. So that's nice. Okay. Tiles on places that we need roof tiles, and no roof tiles on places that we don't. Yep, okay, so the roofs are working again. Did we generate a room? Guess we didn't. Unlucky. I might up it a little bit. The room gen. Oh no, I have one. So yeah, these definitely work. Now the roofs are correct. Yes. Now we have these open spaces. I definitely like. Now we can like make it go out 1, down, and then go on to other floors and make it do other stuff. That's really nice. But I am gonna keep it here for today, for streaming at least. Maybe I'll continue on this a little more. Oh no. But yeah, you're gonna see progress here anyways. Worry about that. But have a good day, people. And see you guys later.